Okay, and we are live. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope everyone has had a very good Thursday. It's looking like a good day for Manchester United. So, first and foremost, guys, let's get talking about the big one. Let's get talking about Fred. It is, here we go. Fred has joined Fenerbahce, move worth a total of 15 million. It's not a bad move. It really is not. And I think it's really going to help United. It really is. Whilst we could have got more money for Fred, whilst it's a big loss on the money we paid for Fred initially, that money almost guarantees us Sofayn Amrabat. That's a big upgrade, and that is something Manchester United fans can be excited about. Something United fans will be excited about, and something that will really help this team moving forward. We have Stephanie in the comments saying Fenerbahce Fred 15 million euros after total add-ons being reported, 10 plus 5, so 13 million pounds. Only decent, must now secure the Amrabat move. That's the key one. Secure that move, and it's all worth it in my opinion. It really will be. Jeremy says we were lowballed, but Fred needed to go and suitors were not loaded. Decent business, all things considered. I would agree with that. I think we could have got more. I think I would go for decent myself. I don't think I would go for yes, it's a good deal. I think it's a decent deal, and it allows us to go get Sofayn Amrabat, and that's a good deal in my opinion. So, in a roundabout way, we're getting to where we want to be. Manchester United, the fire sale has begun. Fred isn't the only sale today. Today we have agreed 9 million euros for Matej Kovar to join Bayer Leverkusen. So there's another sale very, very close to being completed. Eric Bailly is close to breaking his contract, of having their contract rescinded. So there's another outgoing. Harry Maguire, we're expecting the Here We Go very shortly on that one. So Manchester United, all of a sudden, from having no business done with the seals, are suddenly getting a lot done, and hopefully this means a big end to the end of the transfer window. Hopefully it means Manchester United can go get Sofayn Amrabat. We can go get a Pavard or a Tobido or Tapsoba, whoever it's going to be. Jarl is saying 18 players have been released or sold this summer. That's almost a full team of players. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of players, and I genuinely don't think we would miss too many of them. I think that kind of shows we had a lot of players, but a lot of them weren't very good. A lot of them were not worth writing home about. So, I don't know. I think if you took 18 players out of the Man City squad, you would definitely notice the difference. You took 18 players out of United, all of a sudden, who played the most matches last season out of the guys we've let go? It's probably going to be Anthony Langa so far. Maybe Fred. Like, I guess that's about it. Like, these players were not playing a big role in Manchester United. So, asking you guys on the poll tonight, is 15 million all in a good price for Fred? It's a yes, it's a no, it's a decent. Let me know your thoughts down below. Some Don Bosco is saying Pavard and Amrabat incoming. I think that's what United should do. I think it's what we're aiming to doing, and I think those are the right options. I really do. Pavard, I think, is brilliant. I really do, and I think Amrabat's going to be such a steal. I really, really think he's going to be something special for this team. Stephanie says fire sales are happening, but still some work to do. Shift Scott McTominay being one. Yes, absolutely, that will be one. Stephanie, you are right on that one. We need to move on. Scott McTominay. So, coming in as well, so we want to get talking about the two sales completed today. Matej Kovar will be going to Bayer Leverkusen. He had a very good preseason. We know he didn't want to be the bench. He didn't want to be backup, so it makes a lot of sense. He has joined Bayer Leverkusen, 9 million. He's had his medical today, and he will become a Bayern Leverkusen player. So it's a good move for him. Stella is down there. First time I've caught you early. I hope we're doing well. I'm doing good. I hope you're well as well, Stella. I hope all is good. It's a good day for Manchester United, guys. It really is. What's that, like 18 million pounds up front today? I think that's a good bit of business done on this Thursday. I want to see more. I think getting Maguire out of the way is going to be a big one. It really, really is. And it's going to allow us to go for Pavard. It's going to allow us to go for Sofayn Amrabat. But one story we do want to talk on, and we will move on to it in just a little bit, is Harry Kane. Jarl is saying, I would be shocked if McTominay leaves the club. Not sure I will be able to recognise the team. Absolutely. Stella, Hoyland injury is worrying me. This could be another long-term problem. I don't think it's going to be a long-term problem. He's back in training. I think it's just a precaution. United are hoping to have him back for 3rd of September when we play Arsenal. So that's like the 4th league match. So it's not a disaster if he misses 3 matches. It's not too bad. Rajat says it's euros for Fred, not pounds. Yeah, I literally forgot to put the euros in. The problem is keyboards don't even have a euro symbol, so I just did a force of habit, guys. Ashid, good to see you, man. Mag Glazer. Okay, guys. So I'm very happy on these sales. First and foremost, Fred going. Here we go from Fabrizio. We also have, of course, got Matej Kovar going. So that is 2 big sales for United. That's going to really help us out. It really, really is. And that's going to be the difference in getting an Amrabat and not getting an Amrabat. That's going to be the difference in signing Pavard or Tapsoba and not signing those players. So this is what Manchester United need. This is what United have had to do. We have a small update coming in. I think it was Stephanie saying about McTominay. So West Ham are still in negotiations to sign Scott McTominay, according to Claret and Hugh. I believe that's like a West Ham fan forum or something. But I don't expect it. I really don't expect to see it happening. Stella says the fee for Kovar is low. It should have been around 20. I don't think it would be. I don't think he's played enough top flight football really to warrant that type of fee. The good thing is with Kovar, and I have put this in, United have a buyback clause in the contract with Bayer Leverkusen. So if he goes and he's really, really good and impresses, United have a buyback clause. We have a sell-on clause as well. So United's negotiated that quite well. I'm happy enough with that. Irfan says, what's the news about Kudus? It looks like Kudus is going to Brighton. That looks to be the move there. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have minded Mohamed Kudus. I really wouldn't, but I just don't think it's going to happen for Manchester United. Rajat says, don't think United are going to bid for Kane. Tottenham will need 130. Yeah, look, the thing is with Kane, and let me just pull this up as well real quickly. So it's coming in from Build, and I've seen a couple of other outlets have gone with this story as well. It is interesting. It is something to be expected. A new club have appeared and offered Harry Kane a better contract for when he becomes a free agent at the end of the season, if it happens. Could that be United? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to say yes, it's United or whatever. It would make sense, but I guess we're just going to have to find out on that one. We probably could raise the money to go for Harry Kane. It's whether or not we think we can actually do it. I think people saying that Bayern have set a price now, I don't agree with it at all, because as we know, there will be a United tax added on to that. Levy will charge us more. So I don't think that's going to happen as much as I would like it to happen, as much as I really would. Stephanie says, Heaton number 2, Onana must sell Henderson this window, in your opinion. Yeah, look, there's an update coming in on Dean Henderson as well. So this is just for anybody who might have missed it. It's in the last couple of minutes. First and foremost, Tom Heaton has been injured, so he will miss a couple of weeks. Manchester United are considering keeping Dean Henderson on as the backup goalkeeper to Andre Onana. So I feel like this is just going to cause those issues that we had before. There was a lot of dressing room leaks and a lot of fingers were pointed towards Dean Henderson in that situation. He didn't cover himself in glory last year when he went to Nottingham Forest. He went there, he managed to annoy United fans, he managed to really, really annoy the club. So I don't know. He is not the type of player I want in this team. I don't want Dean Henderson here. I really don't. Irfan says Harry Kane next year will be at Chelsea. I don't think so. I don't think he would do it to Tottenham. They're too much of a rival. I don't think that's happening. But guys, let's get talking about Fred, because whilst it's a good amount of money, it does symbolise what's gone wrong with United's transfer policy this last 10 years. We spent 50 million on Fred. We're selling him for at most £13.8 million. It isn't good business. It really is not. Were we ever going to get that money back? No, no chance. There was no hope of us making that money back. But what we can say, and I think we can say this quite realistically, is that it's going to be important, this money, what we do with it. If we go out and buy Sofayn Amrabat, I think that's a massive, massive upgrade for Manchester United. Ronnie is saying, any news about the new striker's back injury? No, not too much on Rasmus Højlund. It has been confirmed that the report saying his back was broke or he was going to have a stress fracture, that is not true. That has been exaggerated by the Daily Mail, so it's nothing to stress about that. When Rajat says Kane will go to Bayern, I don't think he will. Look, they agreed a fee. They did agree a fee, but he doesn't want to go. That much has been made obvious. It's not happening. Jeremy says at least Fred was worth 30 million in smiled. I mean, look, I've no problem with Fred. Fred was a hard-working guy. He always gave his all for this club. He always worked as hard as he could for this club. He had some very good moments. He scored some very important goals and had some very big performances. But I think we're just gonna. It's time to move on. It's time to upgrade. You know, we can do better than Fred. And I don't think he's getting a bad move. I think Fenerbahce will be a good move for him. I think going to Fenerbahce is going to give him a team where he's going to play at a pretty decent level. So I think good about that. I do feel good about that. Let me see. So on the poll, I had asked, guys, is 15 million a good price for Fred? 60% of you guys are going for yes. Stella says, I think United made a bigger salary offer next year in January, which made Kane change his mind. I don't think he wants to go to Bayern. I think he still wants to stay in England. I think that's his ideal situation. I don't think we get him. I don't. Like, I really, really don't think we're going to get Harry Kane. It just doesn't seem possible at this moment in time. Can it happen next year? Absolutely it could. But a lot of this comes down to what Harry Kane wants. If Harry Kane wants to win a Premier League, then then United's a better move than going and staying at Tottenham Hotspur. But if he has turned down Bayern Munich to sign a new contract at Spurs and stay there long term, we really have to question the guy's ambition. We really have to question what he wants from the career. Does he want the trophies? You know, that's the real one. Irfan says Harry Kane wants to play in the Premier League, best in the world. He wants to be the all-time top goal scorer. I have no doubt about it. I'm convinced that Harry Kane has a little chart above his bed. Every night he goes, after a match, he crosses off some more goals. I think he's got 213 goals now. I think he has to beat 260. So he will break that. Could he have went to Bayern and come back? I'm still broken. Probably could have. If he goes to any other English team, he probably breaks it as well. He could break it playing for Luton Town. He could break it playing for Nottingham Forest. So, I don't know. If I was Harry Kane, I would be pushing for that move. I would be looking for the transfer. Go and win some trophies. Build a career for yourself as well. Really, really think that's what he needs to do on a professional level. You know, that has to be his plan. That has to be how he moves forward. Drop a like on the video as well, guys. We're up to 16. Can we get up to 20 already after just 10 minutes? That would be massively, massively appreciated. And Daz says in January, look, I wouldn't rule anything out. I really wouldn't. If he hasn't signed a deal by then, if he has turned down offers from Tottenham Hotspur leading up to January, they might try to cash in. I think he will go. I think he stays at Spurs this season. I think he walks for free next year. If he signs a new contract at Tottenham, the guy has never been about winning trophies. That is so clear and obvious if that's what happens, you know. And United do have to make a move for it. We have to make an attempt, I guess. But we might be sorted with Højlund. Let's see how he performs for Manchester United. So coming in from Goal, this is on the Maguire story. So as we know, Maguire, we're almost at that here we go stage. We're just waiting for the agreement on terms with Harry Maguire and with West Ham. There is a verbal agreement. It's just about the structure. It's about the wages. It's about his salary, how much money he's getting paid, because he's getting paid a lot of money at Manchester United. And this Champions League football this year has really bumped that wage up. There is talk of United having to pay him off. I don't want to say anything like that. There's no point in us getting £30 million and then spending £6 million to pay Harry Maguire off, because then we may as well just be getting 24 million, and that's still not enough in my opinion. But in terms of players coming in who will replace Maguire, we do have Benjamin Pavard. So coming in from Goal, Pavard wants to join United and is refusing to speak to Bayern about staying. He has made it clear to them he wants to leave this summer. I think Pavard will be the guy we go for. I think this for a lot of reasons. I think we're weak in the right back area, especially on the ball. I think he can come in, play really well at centre back as well, and that definitely helps. Pavard played around 3,200 minutes last season, and it was almost an even split, 1,600 between centre back and right back. And when we consider Harry Maguire started a total of 8 Premier League matches last season in the centre back position, I would expect that of Pavard going forward. Maybe 10 starts in the Premier League playing at centre back. That leaves 28 matches. he will not come and he will not want to sit on the bench. I think we bring him in. He can play centre back. He can play that right back position, and that's going to give him more match time. That's going to make us stronger at right back. Going to make us stronger across the back line. That's why Pavard is my pick. But if you guys have another one, if you guys want Tobido, or if you guys want to see Tapsoba, let me know your thoughts down below. But I'm saying, for me, Pavard is the way to go, and I'm liking the way it's shaping up. We had confirmation yesterday. He would love to join Manchester United. That's coming from Fabrizio Romano. He wants to come here. I think he is the guy. Bodhi is down there. Who would you like more, Tobido or Pavard? I've just said that. I was just in the comment. So definitely Pavard in my opinion. Ronald is saying, is it trade that Maguire and Fred are here we go? Fred is here we go. Yes, we had confirmation last night from Fabrizio Romano that Maguire is almost here we go. We should have that probably tonight or tomorrow. So we're basically there, guys. You know, Fred is gone. Maguire is gone. A lot of the players we wanted to move on have left the club or are about to leave the club. Look, there's still players I want to go. I would still like McTominay to move on. I would like Martial to move on. But that's a very good start, guys. It really is. Irfan is saying Pavard world class and World Cup winner. Yeah, he is, absolutely. That said, Mbappe told PSG he's not budging this summer. Yeah, I mean, he's going to walk for free next year. It's going to be a crazy window next year, guys. Mbappe free, Harry Kane free. Man, what... Like, that's crazy. It really, really is. FIFA is going to be fun, so it is, because you can go and just buy Harry Kane and Mbappe pre-contracts in FIFA if you guys do play it. Jeremy says, agree on Pavard, right back's our weakest position in the back six, and he can cover Varane when he inevitably sustains an injury. That's my thinking exactly, and it really helps us. It really does. You know, Maguire played 8 matches starting in the league last year. Pavard can cover those 8 to 10 matches, maybe 12. And in the other matches, he can play right back. That's a massive help for us. I just don't think there's enough quality in Dalot and Wan-Bissaka to really, really be there long term. I just don't see it. I really don't. Rajat says De Gea could be joining Madrid. Yes, I do have a story on that for anybody interested. Liman, good to see you as well. Pavard is better and an upgrade to our team, says Gift. Pavard's a popular guy. You know, you guys do like Benjamin Pavard. Going by what I was saying online, a lot of people didn't seem too like excited about it, but I don't know. So TalkSport have an interesting story here, and this is just coming in just because it's David De Gea, of course. But David De Gea could be set to join Real Madrid following the departure from Manchester United because Thibaut Courtois has ruptured his ACL, so he's out for the season. Let me see who we got down in the comments. Greg is saying, if we get the remaining targets by the end of the window, the likes of Amrabat and Pavard, I will be satisfied. And Class is a very successful window. Yes, absolutely. I think going into this, with the Glazer family still here, the uncertainty around the takeover, the lack of a budget that we seem to have had, needing to sell players, I think we're doing very well. I really do. And long may it continue. There's still work to be done, but if we get what we need, I think we're going to be in a really, really good place, guys. I really do. Liman says, what's a better club for Kane? United or Bayern, considering non-footballing factors as well? I think United's a better option for him. Obviously, we'll still in England. It lets him break that English goal-scoring record. He's a better chance of winning prestigious trophies. Look, if he goes to Bayern Munich, he will win. If he's there for 3 years, he will win 3 Bundesligas. He will win 3 German Cups. That's just the way it is. But to win something at United, to win something in England, it's more prestigious. Bayern have won the last 11 Bundesliga titles. You know, they would win it with Weghorst up front. They really would. So what are you proving about there? Let me see. Who else have we got down here? Daz is saying, when can Kane talk to other clubs? I think Harry Kane can talk to other clubs in January, but I think there might be a rule on Premier League clubs. I don't think we can approach him. Kevin says, I think it's a poor price for Fred, but we need to sell. It's not a good deal. We could be doing better, and I think when we look at how much we actually paid for Fred in the first place, it isn't good. It really isn't. You know, £50 million to 15. It's a big loss. I think in terms of what we need, guys, I think, yeah, I mean, if it gets us Amrabat, I'm happy with that. I really, really am. And I will take it. Stephanie says 23 likes. Yeah, we're up to 24. Big ups to you guys. Thank you for that. Daz says happy for De Gea. Ashid says he's not going to Chelsea or Arsenal, especially Arsenal, most likely Manchester United. I feel like United's the most realistic club in England. I really do. And I'll run through the reasons why. He's not going to City because they've got Holland. He will not go to Liverpool because I just don't see Harry Kane at Liverpool. I just don't see it. He probably won't join Chelsea because London rivalry with Tottenham. He won't join Arsenal for the same reason. I doubt he goes to Newcastle. So Manchester United's the one that makes the most sense. It really does from Harry Kane's point of view. Rajat says could do well with Pavard, World Cup and Champions League. Yeah, the guy's 27, experienced winner, can play right back, can play centre back, wants to leave Bayern Munich. They're happy to sell. I think this is a perfect deal. I really do. And available for 25 million. That's a very, very good price. I'm so fresh said, I'd have said Fred would be worth 8 million. Bayern are getting ripped off for Kane at the price. Yeah, I mean, but I don't think he's going to go. Look, they've agreed the deal with Spurs. It doesn't seem to be agreed with Harry Kane. I think that's the issue here. Stephanie says wages could be an issue with Kane. It could be, absolutely, make no mistake about it. I think, look, he's going to be looking over 300,000 a week, probably closer to our top earners, probably going to be 350, maybe even more. So Harry Kane, that is it worth destroying the wage structure that we just got back under control, letting De Gea, letting Ronaldo go? Is it worth breaking that to bring Harry Kane in? That's what United need to be asking themselves. Gani says, I think the Fred deal is really poor. 8.6 million before add-ons. Whoever is doing the deal for outgoings needs to get something else to do. Yeah, I mean, I think it's murder. So I'm not too surprised on that one. Jennifer is saying, Tobido, we need him. I mean, I like Tobido. I really, really do. I just think Pavard might be the slightly better option. Rajat says a lot of experience and 27, quite young. Yeah, I mean, he is. I mean, Pavard could come in and play for another 3 or 4 years at Manchester United very easily, and that's a good signing at that price, at that quality for that period of time. It really is. Andrew, good to see you as well. Irfan says, what is the news about Mason Greenwood? So if anybody has missed the Greenwood news, there hasn't been anything of an update. We were told there was going to be an announcement last week by Fabrizio Romano. Has not come yet. It hasn't happened. We were told yesterday there would be an imminent announcement by the Daily Mirror. Not happened yet. I think it's clear. I think it's obvious, guys. This announcement will come after Erik ten Hag's press conference. I think that is when United are going to pull the trigger on this, and we're going to find out one way or another. I don't know what way it's going. I don't think anybody really does outside of the club. It's not something that will be public information until it's announced in the official capacity. So we're going to find out, guys. Liman is saying, who was a greater loss to us in terms of on the pitch and off the pitch? Fred 35 million or Maguire 50 million? I mean, look, Maguire's the bigger loss in terms of the money. I think Fred's probably a more useful player, but I think we can do a lot better in both. I really, really do. Stephanie says Levy still wants his bidding war for Harry Kane as well. I mean, yeah, look, Levy wants the money. He wants to drive it up. I think United's being smart. If we're going to get Harry Kane, if we're going to think about that move, we're playing it the right way. We're not getting dragged into a bidding war. We're not going in early, and we might go in close to deadline day and put a bid in then. Maybe that's what we're going to do. Daz says we all know Greenwood staying. I mean, he might do. That might be what we do, but I don't know. Until it's announced, we don't know officially. Liman says it's worth giving 500,000 to Kane next season. If he comes for free, then we buy him and give him 400k. Yeah, I mean, we could do that. We could. Andrew says, which club offered Kane a deal for 24-25 season? Is it Chelsea because of the manager's ties with Kane? There was talk. I think the most likely, and I seen it from Build, I think it was Plenty Gold said it as well. One of Chelsea, Manchester United, or PSG are most likely putting that kind of money forward. Rajat says, kind of know Greenwood's saying you're going to go on a loan move this year or not. I don't think he will go on a loan move. I don't think it's going to happen because, it's easy to say we want a loan. It's easy to say give him a loan, but he hasn't trained first team football. He hasn't been training with the squad in 18 months. What team's going to take him? That's the question as well. Who is actually going to want him? Because they're not just taking him to be a charity case. They're taking him because they want him on the pitch. who's going to look at a guy who hasn't played football in 18 months and say, yeah, give us some of that? That's the question that we have to be asking for. Greg says, I wouldn't rule out a sneaky move for Kane in January. If the new owners are in, Levy would want to get some money himself instead of letting Harry Kane go for free. It means Kane and United hold the cards. United's playing a smart game. Look, United are either playing a smart game or we're not playing the game at all. And I think we're meant to not know. I think we're meant to be unsure. If we are playing a smart game, then let's find out what's going to happen there. Let me see. Mudin is saying, are you joking? We haven't money to buy Amrabat. So what are we talking about Kane for? The thing is, Manchester United do have the money. We do have the money. It's just coming down to squad space as well. If United sell, for instance, Fred, 15. We sold Kovar for 10. We sell Maguire for 30. All of a sudden, that's going to be, what, like 55 million. We sell McTominay for how much we want to at 40 million. That's going to take us up to 90. Van de Beek, Henderson, players like that, we can raise that money. It's going to be very hard to do. I don't think United will do it. I don't think we can do it. I would love it if we did, but we're not going to sign Harry Kane. But potentially we could if we raise the money. Irfan says United will bid for Harry Kane. I don't think so. It might be a January thing. That might be what United do. It might be here we go, January. Let's try put in a low ball offer, 60, 70 million. If Spurs accept it, they accept it. If not, they don't. We'll get him for free. Liman says, can Kane fit into Ten Hag's system? I don't know. We're gonna find out. I mean, he's got the attributes. The guy is world class. Erik Ten Hag did want him, and he was the first player we went for in this transfer window. We remember back in June, we went for him. We got told no. We walked away. It was as simple as that, but the interest was definitely there. Erik Ten Hag definitely did want him. Andrew thinks there's going to be Poch influence. I don't know, it's one thing, Poch influence, but, I mean, Harry Kane is Spurs through and through. Chelsea are a rival of Tottenham as well, so that has to be considered. It really does. Let me see. Liman says, no mods to time out Irfan for fake news. I haven't seen what Irfan said. Oh no, Irfan, there hasn't been any bid for Harry Kane, if that's what you're wondering. Stephanie says, if Kane is still a Spurs on deadline day, United will probably go for him. I mean, we might do. We might try lowball it. We're going to find out, guys. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I think there's going to be twists and turns in this window yet. I think there's going to be surprises. There's going to be shocks. And I think United still... We are not done yet. We will want more. We will get more. I think United will keep on pushing. And look, I'm expecting to see us going for Amrabat very, very quickly. He has to be the next player we target. We're selling Fred. Van de Beek is probably going as well. So, I think that United's not done here yet. We're not out of this at the moment. So guys, 86 votes on the poll. We have 56% of you guys saying yes, that total deal is a good price for Fred. We have 29% saying no, 15% are saying yeah, it's okay, it's decent. I'm So Fresh says, is Højlund's injury that bad? Do we need Kane? If we buy him, isn't he just going to sit on the bench? The injury will be over. Don't get that kind of buy. Look, the Højlund injury is not bad. If his back was broke, United wouldn't have signed him. It is like that. We need to be. I know it's easy to get sucked into the doom and gloom. I know we're all disappointed that he's not going to be playing on Monday night, but I mean, it is what it is, guys. Not really too much we can do about it. I think we'll be all right. I do. I think Højlund will be back very shortly. Andrew says only club compared Kane's wages will be United and City. I mean, look, it comes down to financials as well. United have the money, but FFP says we can't spend it, and I think that's part of the issue. On that there one, let me just double check as well. There was some other stuff we wanted to go through. Laurie Whitwell has come out. Manchester United are weighing up central defenders in the event Harry Maguire joins West Ham. Pavard and Tobido are top of the list. So Erik Ten Hag's nailed his colours to the mast. I think we're going for Pavard, guys. I really do. Andrew says only club. Oh, we got that already. Anything for Fred and Deadwood, just get them out. Yeah, look, it's going to hurt the prices of these players, but we need to pull the bandage off. We need to pull the plaster off. It's not going to be pleasant, but it has to be done. We need to get moving these players on. That's right, yes, we do need a centre-back. Definitely says, given the choice of Caicedo or Kane, who would I choose? See, I think Moses Caicedo would be exactly what we need. I really do. I think Harry Kane maybe pushes us closer to winning a league or challenging for a league. So it's kind of hard. It is hard to know. I think, I don't know, maybe I'm just going to go for Kane. I think I'm going to go Kane. Irfan, no, he's not coming to United just yet. Don't stress about it. If he comes, we'll know about it. If it's going to happen, you will not be able to move anywhere without seeing Harry Kane to Manchester United. So there's nothing yet on it. We only have the talk, the build. We're saying that a club has offered him a new deal, a new better contract. Daz says we're in for Kane. Chad is asking, is Maguire going to West Ham? Yes, he will be. United have accepted £30 million bid from West Ham for Harry Maguire. There's a verbal agreement on terms. What needs to be done now is the structure of the deal, the structure of the wages, and how the extra money is going to come. How is Maguire going to get his money? So once that's done, Harry Maguire will become a West Ham United player. He will be leaving Manchester United. I'm So Fresh says, what's the Amrabat latest? In terms of what we have on Amrabat, so we had an update come in just earlier today. I think it was Alfredo Padilla had said, expect to see the Amrabat deal progress now. With Fred being sold, with Fred leaving Manchester United, that's bringing in the money, it's bringing in the squad space that we can sign Sofayn Amrabat. So I think that's going to be the plan, guys. I would expect to see Højlund's number announced very soon. I think he's going to be number 17. So that's going to be another thing we're looking forward to. Andrew says FFP extended to next transfer window too. So someone said Kane could come in next window. Looks like a possibility. Yeah, I mean, it could be. I think an important one is going to be moving players on. Lucky Singh, good to see you as well, man. Thanks for hopping in. So 92 votes. We have 58% of you guys saying yes. That is a good amount. Andrew says Harry going. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely loving that there one from yourself there, Andrew. Look, I'm happy Maguire's going. I really am. I don't think he's a bad player. I think that's maybe a controversial thing to say in this day and age, but I don't think he's too bad of a player. He's just not a Man United player. He's just does not fit in with the team. He doesn't fit in with the system, with the tactics. Freddie is saying, we should think Fred is an excellent. He's done a good job at United. Let's spend the cash from Fred and Maguire to buy Amrabat and get double deals. Tobido and Pavard, yeah, that would be good. Liman says, who are the worst in the transfer window of the top 6 sides? I don't know, like, I still think United's had quite a good transfer window. Like, I'm not going to sit and say we've been bad. I think City's has been interesting. I'm sure they're going to buy more players in the last couple of weeks. I think Arsenal have had a good window, a very, very good window. I think Liverpool's missing some stuff. I think they need another defensive midfielder, somebody to hold down the midfield. I think they're lacking that. Newcastle, I mean, yeah, if Newcastle signings go well, they'll definitely be better. And then we have Chelsea. Maybe Chelsea, because they need a striker, and they just don't have one. They really don't. Stephanie says 33 likes. Yes, guys, big ups for the likes as well. Le Mans says, who notified Lucky Singh? Any more thoughts, guys? Make sure you get them in down below. Drop a like on the video as well. Can we get up to 40 likes? Would be massively, massively appreciated. Can see an update coming in here from Fabrizio Romano. Let me just see who he is talking about. Chad is saying, I hope Onana has a great season. And Andrew says, I lost too much hair with the usual suspects. I'm glad they're all going. Yeah, I'm very, very happy on that one, guys. So update coming in from Fabrizio Romano. I did literally just say this. So medical books for Fred as a Fenerbahce player. Done deal and sealed as revealed earlier today. Rasmus Højlund will be Manchester United's new number 17. So we've given Rasmus Højlund his shirt number. It's gonna be number 17 for Rasmus. So if you guys are looking at top, you guys know the number. Fabrizio is saying number 17. I'm very, very happy with that, guys. This Fred deal has finally moved quickly. We were told it was going to. I didn't expect it to be done in a day, but here we are. Fenerbahce came in. They went hard. They got their man. And United have the money we need now to go buy Sofayn Amrabat. So, really, really good news. Some progressive news. Limon says, will you do a Monday watch along? Of course, man, I will be doing a Monday watch along for the Wolves match. Anybody wants to join in, of course, just let me know as well. We'll be live, what, like 7:30 or something, team news for the entire match. So we will be live for that one, guys. Make no mistake about it. Going to do lots of these watch alongs as much as we can this season. So any more thoughts, guys? Make sure you get them in down below. We have 96 votes and 59% are saying yes. 15 million is a good price for Fred. We have 27% are saying no, it's not a good price, and 13% are saying yes, that is a decent price for Fred. I'm sitting in the decent price. That's my thoughts on it. I think we could have got a little bit more, but I think we're getting towards the sort of time where we need to bring Amrabat in. We need to start bringing in the rest of the signings. So I think that's good. I do think it's good. Stephanie says, now we know FFP stands for Fred Fenerbahce player. Yeah, I mean, it's always going to stand for something. Andrew says, what will we do without Fabrizio? He's like our transfer guy. By the way, which club he supports? Is it United in EPL? I wonder. I don't know. I mean, Fabrizio, he's very... obviously, he's Italian. Something tells me he might be from Florence, so he might support Fiorentina or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Like, I'm sure Fabrizio loves United fans. We love overreacting to the news. We are one of the biggest fan bases out there, so we're getting him all those clicks and stuff. So Fabrizio definitely loves Manchester United. Make no mistake about it. Whether it's in terms of the money it makes him, or if it's in terms of actually supporting the club, we're gonna find out. 101 votes as well, guys. Big ups for the votes on the poll. Much appreciated. Keep on voting on that one. I'm going to have a look at the notes as well. Some other stuff we wanted to go through. We do have an official announcement as well from Manchester United. So, official Anthony Martial is back in full training after recovering from his injury. So, that's quite positive. You know, we need a striker to start the season. Is it going to be Martial? Is that underwhelming? I mean, I think so. It's not what we wanted, but it's what we're getting. I guess it's better than nothing. I guess it's like, yeah. I mean, is it better than Rashford through the middle, Garnacho on the left? I don't know. It's a hard one to say. It's not Højlund the other way. You know, it really isn't. But I think it's better to have Martial than to not have him. So I'm never going to complain with another striker fit and at least able to play. Jeremy says, this just in, Martial stubs his toe and is out for the season. Irfan says he's a big flop. I mean, from what Martial was meant to be, yeah, I mean, you could make that argument. Yeah, look, if he does stub his toe, he's out for the season. If the wind blows on him the wrong direction, he's out for the season. Andrew says, Anthony Martial, he's still here. Jones Playbook 101. Yeah, look, I'm sure Phil Jones and Anthony Martial got to know each other very well in the physio room. It is what it is, guys. Look, Martial's got 1 year left on his contract. He will be gone this time next year, probably for free. It's disappointing, but that's how it's going to be. I don't see anybody paying money for him. I really don't. I'm surprised he managed to get back to United at all after going to Sevilla, but then again, I'm not surprised because he was just injured anyway. He barely played for them, so it's whether or not it's going to happen. Update coming in from the Muppeteers for anybody wanting anything on Mason Greenwood. So the Muppeteers have said Mason Greenwood announcement is supposed to be before the Wolves game. My feeling is that it will be Friday night because that makes sense with how the news cycles work. But I don't know. Everybody is expecting it before Wolves at the club. So there we have it. It's been doubled down. Muppeteers are saying there probably is going to be a Mason Greenwood announcement before Monday night. So that's going to be within the next 2 to 3 days. They think it might be tomorrow night. So we could be reacting to this time tomorrow. So make sure you guys are subscribing to stay tuned for everything coming up tomorrow. We will have the very latest on that one for you guys. Irfan says, I don't like Anthony Mount or Shaw next out. No, those are very good players. I'm giving them all the time to get better. Andrew says, Martial out for a Paper Cup whole season. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. We know what Anthony Martial is like. The guy is made of glass and he cracks, he crumbles, and he gets injured all the time, guys. Not too much we can do about it. It's just another talented player whose career has been ruined by injuries, and that's about it, guys. It really is. what do we got? 107 votes on the poll. 58% of you guys are saying yes, 15 million is a good price for Fred. We have 30% saying no, it's not a good price, and 12% are saying yeah, it's decent. So I'm surprised on that Greenwood one. I'm not sure how it's gonna go down. I think he's gonna stay. That's what I think is gonna happen here, based on that piece of information. It looks like we're putting it at a time that Eric Ten Hag will not face questions on it. So I think that's what United's plan has been. Liman says maybe the medical department is feeling Martial and Bailly. I don't know, like, because he did go to Sevilla and he was injured. Eric Bailly is another player. We do have an update on Eric Bailly. I wanted to bring you guys this. So the talk is about Eric Bailly. So let's just have a quick look at this one here. Let me have a double check, because there was an update on this one. Eric Bailly is excluded from first team activities. Reports from Turkey indicate Eric Bailly has agreed a contract with Besiktas and will seek contract termination with Manchester United. This is actively being worked on, as Eric Bailly is looking for the termination of his contract in order to complete a free move to Besiktas. So it's another player we're taking a big hit on, guys. We paid what, like £30 million for Eric Bailly. He's walking for nothing. So what can we do? I mean, I guess it's better than paying him to sit in the training ground for an entire season, but it's still not great, guys. It's really not. Irfan says, I like Caicedo, Kudus, and Esteban to come. I don't think we're getting any of those players. Andrew says, loan or stay, deal or no deal. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm not sure. We're going to find out what happens with Mason Greenwood very soon. Liman says, was I a Mount fan when he was at Chelsea? Yeah, I mean, I liked Mount at Chelsea. I think he showed up in a lot of big matches. I remember him scoring, I think maybe it was 1 or 2 goals at the Bernabeu during Chelsea's Champions League run. I think, yeah, that was the year Madrid won it, but he had big performances. He was a big match player. I'm going to give the guy every time in the world. I really am. I think he was good at Chelsea. There was times he was brilliant, but I think there's a lot more to come. I really do. And he's a United player now, so I'm always going to back the guy. I back anybody in a red shirt. So, like, even Harry Maguire. I mean, look, I was at the match on Sunday. People around me were booing Maguire. I wouldn't really be part of that. Like, I just don't think it's right to boo any Manchester United player. That's just my thoughts. 111 votes, 57% are saying yes, good price for Fred. 31% are saying no. 13% are saying decent. Andrew says, I like Mount at Chelsea. He was a good player when he broke through in the senior side. There's a player in there, just give him time. I think first goal's going to be massive for him. I think when he scores that goal, it's really going to settle him down. Because every time he gets in front of the goal, he's very, very snappy with the shooting. He's very, very quick to take the shot, and I think he's rushing it. I think he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. I think it's just going to relax him a lot. I think it's going to chill him out, and I think it's going to be all good. I really do. I'm looking forward to seeing Rasmus Højlund in the number 17 one as well. That's going to be a good one. Let me see. Was there something there about Harry Kane I was looking at? We did one about Moses Caicedo. Brighton want to resolve the Moses Caicedo saga tonight. Brighton have been clear selling to the highest bidder. Liverpool will challenge Chelsea and send a formal bid to Brighton. Official bids will be there soon. Player position will be crucial as well. So there's the latest on Moses Caicedo. I don't think United's getting him, unfortunately, guys. I think he's a brilliant player, exactly what we need, but we're not going to get him. We're really not. I'm going to have another check at my notes here as well. So there was some other stuff that I wanted to have a look at, guys. Andrew says he makes good runs and puts himself in scoring positions. He must be patient. Yeah, you have to be in those positions to score, and the more often you get yourself in those areas, the more goals you're going to score. It's law of averages. If you shoot from better positions more often, you will score more goals. It's one of those things. Over a season, he will score goals, no doubt in my mind about it. His movement is good. His finishing is usually solid. He's going to be a good player. He is going to be a good player. Really, really is. Coming in from Fabrizio on Benjamin Pavard. So Pavard would love to join Manchester United. He is very keen on the move. So United's doing bits, guys. I'm waiting to see where the big updates on Sofayn Amrabat's going to be. I think this will be the next deal done at Manchester United in this summer transfer window. I think we will be going for Sofayn Amrabat. I'm excited for it, guys. I've been saying it for a long, long time. I think he's exactly what we need in that midfield. Got the physicality, got the work rate, got the tackling, got the passing ability, both forward, both sideways. He can carry the ball, tenacious. I think he's going to be so good for this team. I really do. And if we put in Casemiro with Amrabat, when we go away from home, that's going to make us a lot harder to beat. And that was one of the reasons why we struggled to compete for the big trophies last year. It's one of the reasons why we struggled at times last year. It was going away to top six sides. It was going away to the Anfields, going away to the Etihad, the Emirates, Stamford Bridge, St James's Park, even going to Brighton, even going to Brentford were very difficult matches where we lost last season. I would expect us to be a lot stronger in the middle of the park, and I think that's going to be so key to how Erik ten Hag will set this team up. I really do, guys. I think bringing Sofayn Amrabat in has to be the next deal. I think Pavard is going to be really good if we get him. That's the one we want to. Andrew says, after Amrabat, are we looking at Pavard? Need some clarification on this. Yes, we are. By all consensus, by what Manchester United want to do, is sell Van de Beek and sell Fred, bring in Amrabat. Sell Maguire, bring in either Pavard or Tobido. That is the plan. That is Manchester United's game plan for the last 3 or 4 weeks of the transfer window. That's what we're going for. We need to wait for Maguire to go. That's the first thing we have to do. I don't think it's going to happen this week. We might see movement on it over the weekend. We might see it at the start of next week. I think we need to look at this Amrabat deal. If Fred's doing a medical tomorrow for Fenerbahce, that's a done deal. That is a done deal. We need to get moving on Sofayn Amrabat. I would like us to move on Amrabat, at least have the negotiations done, get Van de Beek out of the club, and then we bring in Amrabat. I think that's how we're going to go on that one. 36 likes and up to 37. Can we get to 40 likes, guys? Would be very much appreciated. Stephanie's right. It's a sell to buy policy. I think this is what the plan was this window. 3 main signings, and those, of course, being Onana, Mount, and Højlund. Those are the players we had budgeted. Everybody else is sell to buy. We have to sell first in order to sign another player. So I would love another striker, but I think we would have to sell Anthony Martial to get that striker. And I just don't think anyone's going to pay the money for the guy. I really don't. So that's the thing with Manchester United. It is sell to buy. I wish it wasn't, but this is the mess we find ourselves in after running the club so badly for so long in the transfer windows. The FFP has caught up to Manchester United. We need to steady out this window. We need to see out the rest of the window, bring in the right players, sell the right players on, and then we're going to find ourselves in a much better position. We do have one other update coming in as well. I want to go through this with you guys. So coming in from Samuel Luckhurst, Tom Heaton is injured. As we know, this was announced by the club. But Dean Henderson may be forced to stay on as the second choice goalkeeper in this upcoming season. That is not good news, in my opinion. I don't want Dean Henderson in this club. We seen the interview last year with TalkSport. It was nothing but disrespectful from Dean Henderson towards Manchester United Football Club. When he was here, there was massive accusations that he was somebody leaking stuff to the press. This was something that was put out there. Last season, he was on loan. We did not see the leaks. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. It might have been somebody else. But I don't think it's good to have Dean Henderson in this squad. I don't think it's good to have Dean Henderson in this club. I think we need to move this guy on. We should have sold him to Nottingham Forest. The offer was on the table. We delayed. And we delayed to sign Onana, and we used Dean Henderson as a negotiation thing to work down Inter Milan's price. Yes, that worked for signing Onana, but now we're stuck with Dean Henderson. I don't think it's the best of both worlds. I really don't. Andrew says Maguire is like that stubborn stain on the carpet that won't get out. In Ten Hag we trust. Stubborn stain remover. Love that one, man. Jeremy says he looks like Mr. Clean. Andrew says Henderson got his wish if he stays. Like, Dean Henderson, I don't know. Like, I just want the guy out of the club. I really do. That has to be who we go for. That we need to move him on. We really do. An update coming in from Fabrizio as well. He has just retweeted one of his updates from yesterday, so I'm guessing he's doubling down on it. this is something he does quite often, I guess. Tobido and Benjamin Pavard are two of the main options to replace Harry Maguire, according to Fabrizio. I mean, yeah, we know this already. It's good to have more confirmation of it, that we have the targets, we have the guys we want. I want Pavard. I really do, out of those players. 122 votes on that poll, by the way, so 57% of you guys, vast majority, are saying yes, that was a good price for Fred. We have 11% saying decent price and 32% saying no. Stephanie saying disruptive Dean needs to go now. Absolutely, Dean Henderson needs to sell. Greg says sell to buy might not be too bad. Ten Hag likes to work with a small squad. I think he likes to work with a good squad. I think the lack of rotation last year came because he didn't want to play a lot of these players. He thought there would be too much of a drop in quality from the first teamers and the sort of bench options to the overall squad. So I think we need to up the levels of the squad. If we want to compete in all competitions, we need rotation. We need that sort of depth and that strength in depth. You know, that's what we really need more of. Big ups, guys. Thank you very much for 40 likes on the stream as well. If you guys haven't liked already, drop a like, guys. Can we get up to 50? Would be very much appreciated. It's a day that Manchester United fans thought we wouldn't see for a long time. It really is. The end of McFred is here, guys, and we're not going to see McFred anymore. It is no more. The Ollie, the Ollie era midfield is gone. Hopefully McTominay gets moved on. Victor is down there. Ten Hag mentality in advance. His mentality is very good, man. Absolutely agree. Andrew says Henderson is a good goalkeeper, though. I know he disrespected the club, and even we want him out. But what if he stays? I see. He is a good goalkeeper. I wouldn't take that away from him. I think he is a good goalkeeper. I'm just worried about the guy isn't going to play. So is he going to be disruptive again? Is that going to happen? Because that's what happened under that last season with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's what happened during the Ralf Rangnick era. And he went to a last season that was far less disruptive. Is it going to happen again? Is he coming back? Is the leak's going to happen again? Let's find out. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes down. Definitely an unplanned factor. Definitely something we didn't expect. I think we all thought he would have moved on by now. Stephanie says 40 likes. Grim says, isn't 15 million euros for Fred? Yeah, it is 15 million euros. Apologies for that, guys. The issue is laptops don't have, well, laptops in the UK don't have a euro symbol, so I had to make do with what I had on my laptop. Jeremy says Henderson's issue, he thinks he's better than Prime Buffon. I would agree with that. Stephanie says Onana will sort him out. I mean, yeah, look, he might have thought himself better than De Gea in a lot of areas. The things Dean Henderson's good at, coming off the line, collecting crosses, distribution, he is nowhere near as good as what Onana is doing that. Nowhere near that level. So I think he's going to have to sit down on this one. I do. Liman says, if Bayern and Spurs have agreed a fee, does that mean Kane is involved as well in the transfer? Not necessarily. Fees can be agreed between clubs and they can try push him out, but it's up to Harry Kane. If he doesn't want to go, he doesn't want to go. If he decides that's not the move. Now, look, Bayern will obviously have had enough encouragement. Bayern will have had enough from their overall negotiations and talk. Absolutely, they would have. Eric Victor says Ten Hag's decisions productive. Yeah, look, his decision making is productive for this team. I'm very happy with the decisions, and it is something I will always say he has done very, very well. He has made the big decisions, and he's not been afraid to make them. He hasn't shied away from them. He hasn't hid behind the club. He has moved on Ronaldo. He has moved on De Gea. He has dropped Marcus Rashford. He has dropped and he's selling Harry Maguire. So the guy is not afraid of the big decisions. He's not afraid of the big make those big calls. The guy is ruthless. Andrew says, okay, let's say Greenwood stays. How bad is Henderson's discipline and why should Hendo not stay? Think about it. No, look, I would agree with that. You know, Dean Henderson came out with a TalkSport interview and badmouthed the club. That's nothing compared to the allegations around Mason Greenwood. I completely agree. I don't know. United's going to find themselves in a very bad position, and I think no matter what they're going to do, it's going to be a call that makes people upset. I think people are going to be angry, and I think people will be disappointed one way or the other. So we're just going to have to find out what that call is going to be, react to it at the time, make our own decisions, make our own plans, and make our own thoughts and feelings. That's what it's about. Football is a game of opinions, and this is another one. This is a moral opinion thing. This is an emotional opinion thing, and this is how we feel as individuals. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way. This isn't a case of like, is somebody a good player? Is somebody not a good player? I mean, we could all look and say Bruno Fernandes is a brilliant player. No one's really going to dispute that. That's something that we can't say for fact. I think it's very difficult to say whether Greenwood should come, whether he should go. Jeremy says sell Greenwood is not worth it given the progression under Erik ten Hag. It might not be his decision as well. United do look at him as a valuable asset, a young player with a lot of potential, or at least he did whenever he first went away. Right before he went, Greenwood was definitely seen as a player worth £100 million by the club anyway. I don't know how we're going to react to that. I don't know what we're going to do in that one. Andrew says, only United could be in a pickle with players. I can't remember us being so bad with player contracts and discipline. This has been a long-standing thing, the player part. I think we're getting better. Make no mistake about it. I would say we're improving. I think we're getting there. There's still a long, long way to go, and there's still going to be these isolated incidents. There's still going to be issues within this club that are not perfect, that are not right, that do need improving. And it will take a long time for United to fully be a serious club, because it isn't just taking care of the issues already there. It's about preventing issues in the future. We don't want to be reactive. We want to be a proactive club and do things before they happen. Cure issues before it happens. Make decisions before they happen. That's what we want to be. We don't want to say after 2 or 3 seasons, oh, Casemiro's finished when he's like 35. We should be looking now and saying, who's going to replace Casemiro in 3 or 4 years' time? That's what we should be doing. Who's going to replace Varane in 2 or 3 years' time? That's what we should be doing. It shouldn't be an issue that we just jump and hop. I'm so fresh says, why are they doing military training today? I haven't seen that one. I will actually have a look. Haven't seen too much of the training stuff. Military training would be wonderful for discipline. I mean, yeah. Look, I don't know how the players would react. It would definitely be an interesting one, putting them over obstacle courses and stuff. Definitely something they did back in the day. I don't think they'll do it today though. Players would probably go on strike. Let me just have a check here as well. I want to see if there's anything about United stuff. And we do have an update coming in from Tom Heaton as well. Let me just double check this one, see if there's anything on that, because that's going to directly tie into Dean Henderson's fate, whether he is going to be kept at Manchester United this season or not. So let me just double check this one. Want to see where we are with this. Heaton out for the season opener. Tom Heaton will be out of Manchester United season opener against Wolves on Monday. The experienced goalkeeper sustained an injury in training that is being assessed, but he is expected to be unavailable for the first few weeks of the season. We all wish Tom a speedy recovery. So this is something United have had a lot of. He is like the 4th player now. Will miss the first couple of weeks. We're gonna miss Højlund. We're gonna miss Ahmad. We're gonna miss Kobbie Mainoo, and now we're missing Tom Heaton. So United's having a little bit of an injury crisis before the season has even started. Let's hope this isn't a sign of how things are gonna go moving forward. Andrew says someone got punished. The whole team get punished. One for all and all for one. Yeah, I mean, look, it's that sort of stuff. You need to have those standards, really do. Scott is down there. I'm glad Fred is gone. Alanga also, great work from Ten Hag. I'm happy with the sales so far. I think we need more. I think these are players that we've needed to move on for a long time. Fred was never going to become a better player at 30 years old. Alanga, he was never going to become a better player because he needed a loan spell earlier in his career. He never got it. So these are the right decisions. Is it annoying we're missing out and losing out money on these players, making big losses on the likes of Maguire, on the likes of Fred? Yeah, that is annoying. We're losing out 35 million on Fred, 50 million on Maguire, but I think United need to be realistic. We're never getting the money back for these players. We would never get the money we paid for them. And just because we paid that much to buy a player doesn't mean they're worth it. I could go and offer £1 million for somebody's Volkswagen Golf. Doesn't mean it's £1 million car. It's just what I paid for it. So United do need to be realistic with it. I'm glad we are. I'm glad that we're just going to rip that plaster off, just going to take the pain, take the sting, and we're going to move on. And we will heal. We will get better. And it's what needs to be done. It really is. I'm moving Fred on. Yeah, look, I think Fred could have stayed, but I think it's important we have moved him on. It's a sign of intent. It's a sign that Manchester United want better than what we have, and that's a very, very good thing in my opinion. Lucky Singh is saying Alanga. Yeah, look, Alanga's another one we should have sold, and I'm glad we have. Andrew says injury United, so many injuries before the season start. We will beat Wolves with this injury list. I hope. Look, I think we will beat Wolves. Wolves have had a very bad transfer window. I don't even think they've signed anybody. No, a lack of goals in that team. They've just lost the manager Lopetegui. They've brought Gary O'Neill in. I mean, are they gonna be a relegation candidate? I don't know. I don't know. Speaking of that, guys, I'm gonna try get a video up tomorrow doing Premier League predictions before the City match. Probably gonna try get it up for maybe like 5:30. I'm gonna actually have it recorded, so gonna get some edit work done. Gonna get a thumbnail and all made now. So guys, with that in mind, I'm gonna drop off here. Gonna try get some of this video work done. Thank you so much for joining in with us on this fine Thursday. I will see all you guys same time tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Have a good one, guys. Have a good Friday. Have a good end to the week, and I will see you guys in time for the weekend. I hope you all are gonna have a good one. I will see you all tomorrow, guys. Thanks so much for joining in once again.